Okay.
Hey, John.
Hey, hey, man.
Let's clink glasses.
Okay. What do we have today in our
This
in our
is-
glasses?
Oh, you've got root beer,
Okay.
which I think you knew already.
Oh yeah.
And I've got some
Coffee.
No, this is tea
Mm,
because I'm less sick. I'm a little under the weather.
that is a coffee mug. Is it a tea
Oh,
mug?
I
Oh
wish
boy,
it
you
burned
just
my
burned
mouth
your
so
entire
much.
skull. All right. Well, Alistair will not be talking because his
Oh,
tongue now
fuck.
has turned to ash.
Everything is just going wrong today.
It's all right. We've got a podcast now, so that's pretty cool.
Wow, what a great intro. We're not editing any of this, by
All
the
right,
way.
solid.
Hey, welcome to the 7th episode.
I really want hot wings.
Welcome to the 7th episode of Bite Size Lemons. We did it. All right.
All right,
I'm your host, John. And
Wait, no, you're not. Oh wait, who am I?
anyway, we're super pumped about this episode.
We actually are.
We actually are.
We are jumping back on the hype train from last week's episode where we were just having a grand old time talking about
boy.
our. Well, we might as well have been talking about like how guitar strings work because we had no. Wait, you actually know a lot about that.
We're surrounded by guitars right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we talked about consoles last week.
And a lot of you guys were like, none of what you said was true.
And it was true.
Yeah.
And that is true. Most of what we figured out was like halfway through the thing. Because we were talking about how the PS3 took the innovations of the Xbox 360 and ran with it. When in reality, the PS3 came out first. And yeah, we had no idea.
We
what
were having a
talking
grand
about.
old time. And I think that's part of the beauty of our little creation that we have. It's that we just have a good time. And
It's true.
if you need to tell us about it, then tell us about it via song. Write a song and send it to us, please.
Yeah. All critiques, please come in the form of songs.
Yes, that would be great.
No, but really, we enjoy all your critiques.
Yeah,
And-
thanks a bunch for
Yeah.
letting us know.
Even if it's that we're idiots.
Hey,
We already know that, though. So, but
right.
thanks. Anyway, so this episode, we're going to be talking about things that we do know quite a bit about.
Yes, we do.
In the form of a massive news wedge episode.
Yes, this News Wedges is brought to you by literally this entire episode.
Yeah, so let's do some miniature news wedges, and then we'll get into the biggest wedge of all.
All right, it's
So-
like literally cut this lemon in half.
Oh, yeah. Half the lemon is
This wedge?
So, for some reason, Supergirl has been renewed for season 2.
Hey, Supergirl has a lot of things going for her.
Nope.
She's a nice blonde in spandex,
Wow.
which, you know,
That show, I don't know if you've seen any of that show. I don't care how pretty a person is you cast. That show was just awful.
okay. But that's the thing. It's supposed to be awful.
No, it's not. It's supposed to be good.
No, it's supposed to be terrible.
How does that make sense?
Because people don't want to watch Supergirl, like, just being Superman.
I burned my tongue really bad.
I know.
Like, this is so painful.
If you think about it, Supergirl and Superman, pretty much the same person, just one of them's a lady. Right? Am I wrong here?
A little bit.
How?
Anyway.
No, tell me.
Well, he deals with the whole... Because his is not the coming of age story. Hers
Okay.
is the coming of age story.
Well, what about Smallville?
That show was awful.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people like that show.
Yeah.
And a few people like Supergirl, namely a few people who are actually listening to this, and I am looking at all of you. That it's a bad show. It's been renewed for second season. No one knows how.
I mean, I'm down for Supergirl. I've always liked the character, and not only because she's a nice blonde in spandex, just because, like, it is a coming-of-age story, and I like coming-of-age stories. I also like the fact that she doesn't know what the heck's going on, and everyone's like, hey, you're a really cute girl. And she's like, hey, I have superpowers.
I don't know if you've read much Supergirl. Like, it's not really how it goes, but word.
Okay.
How about some Star Wars news wedge?
Yeah, let's get on something that
you got Tom Hardy, who is equally as beautiful.
Boom. Tom Hardy, please take this Star Wars and run with it.
Yeah.
Make this work.
He was cast in Star Wars 8.
Yep.
And he is a super talented actor.
He is a very you could say that he could take up a lot of screen time, a hearty amount of screen time.
Stop this tomfoolery right now.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know what his role is going to be, whether he's going to be, on the Rebels.
I bet he's probably going to be Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark Hamill has just given up, and Tom Hardy's taking his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's it.
Awesome. Yep. Nailed it. You heard it here first. All right. Anyway, what about Fallout Far Harbor?
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Fallout recently came out with its first 2 expansions, one of which was something about robots, and you got to basically get all this scrap metal and make your own robot friends, and that was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, and you get to name them and paint them, and they'll just run around and shoot lasers and cut things up, and it was kind of cool. I was like, word, this is nice. And then there's also a whole story arc that spans from that expansion. The thing is, my HDMI cable shorted out.
Oh,
so
yeah, right.
I haven't actually gotten to play through that story arc, so I don't really know how good it is. But from what I saw and from what I was able to play, I was like, this is pretty cool. I like this. But it wasn't something, that was hit a home run or anything. It was just kind of a nice little add-on. Well, we are talking about Far Harbor now, and that apparently is the home run that we were asking for. We're talking an entire... They've done little add-ons before in Bethesda games, but now that they have the technology to really expand on what they're doing, we're talking almost a half the map size more of a game.
Oh, so adding an entire one half of the game size.
Yeah, and that Fallout 4 had a very, very large map to begin with, but they threw this on, and it's just it's apparently huge, and it just has an entire new sect of stories that kind of stem from it. A lot of them, I don't know for sure, but from the rumors that I've heard, a lot of them are affected by how you treated people on the normal over in Boston. And so you have those factions, and they're kind of bleeding over, but they mainly focus on this new faction that's come out, which, again, I've tried to keep away from spoilers and all that, so I try to keep it mostly kind of under the ground for me. But it does focus on this new faction, and it's a new set of stories that goes on. And then, of course, you have your standard add-on stuff, so you're going to have weapons and schematics and all that different stuff that you can build, different cities and stuff, I'm sure. And that's really exciting because Fallout is a game that was made by Bethesda, and Bethesda games are just so expansive. They are so huge. I remember Oblivion. When we were playing through Oblivion Elder Scroll games, when the Shivering Isles came out, which was one of the expansions for that game, it was like adding a new world onto it. And man, when you got into that, it was just, it was like a whole new game with the same mechanics. So you knew, it was like getting into the game that you knew all the controls to. You knew what was going on. You knew what you liked and what you didn't like. But now you could focus on the story and focus on, running around and discovering random stuff that they threw out there. And apparently Far Harbor is bigger than Shivering Isles was. And, Shivering Isles was, I think, 3 different cities they added on. And, of course, it's in another game. But I only got to the first 3 cities. So if I'm wrong, you can slap me in the face.
In your face.
Yeah. But I really think that this is going to be a big seller for the start of the expansions on Fallout 4. Now, they have said that they're going to announce more expansions for this game, and I'm really excited to see how that goes, because if you're already tacking on another half map size or so, or maybe even more, it's going to be really interesting to see how they expand on that, because that is a lot of content that they just added.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm all for. I'm all about it. Like, please, I want to be able to run around and explore. That's what these games are made for. And when it first comes out, you delve like a number of hours into it, and you're like, I've explored everything. I'm explored out. And then a new area comes up, you're like, heck yeah, I'm all about this. Let's do this. So, it's going to be a lot more tinkering, a lot more, Bethesda.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Sweet. You ready for the next news wedge?
Yeah.
Phantom Hourglass HD is coming to the Wii U. Now we got Wind Waker, and that was great on the Wii U. And now you've got Phantom Hourglass, which is not John's favorite. I'm guessing by the gurgling.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love Wind Waker. Mm-hmm. And I also love Twilight Princess HD. And I like the re-releases of those. I love the aspect of them releasing a DS game for the Wii U. I think that's great.
Yeah,
because
I think that translates really well.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we talked about a little bit in the console episode that we'll never talk about again because it's scary. We talked a little bit about the addition of the Game Boy Advance player to the GameCube.
Ugh.
And how I love that so much, because it allowed me to play games with my friends that I could play on handhelds, but we could all play it together because we'd all watch the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that is something that you could do with the Wii U, and I think that's what they're doing, is they're releasing Phantom Hourglass kind of like this test pilot to me. I don't know if they have any more DS games out on the Wii U already.
They've got a few on the way.
Okay.
Even like NES stuff. They've got Link to the Past.
Right. Yeah, but when it comes down to it, it's like the DS has 2 screens, and so does the Wii U, and so now you can utilize that because the Wii U gamepad has the touch screen, and you can utilize that and kind of translate it across. Like, hey, we can kind of do this again. When we came out with the 2 screens for the DS, that idea was kind of lost because it's like, well, can't really show both screens all the time without it looking weird. And now, we do have that capability. So
I think the DS, I mean, it's very simple on the second screen. Mm-hmm. Obviously the first screen is where the story and the characters and that kind of things are. But you've got like your items and on the second screen. It's just kind of convenient. And that's something they did with Twilight Princess. And that was a really good utilization of that tool.
I think the HUD in the Twilight Princess for the Wii and the GameCube was a little overwhelming at times. It was kind of, I don't want to say in the way, but
it kind of was.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. And now that they kind of, definitely condensed a lot of it and, threw it in the corners, you can focus on what exactly you're doing in the game.
Yeah, they cleaned that game up a lot. For example, when you're collecting the bugs, that was just so busy because there was so much on screen.
Yeah.
But now that they've reduced it, it was really easy to function. You know?
Definitely. Another thing, well, getting back to Phantom Hourglass, is I really enjoyed Phantom Hourglass while I was playing through it. I realized about halfway through it that I hated this game. Like, it was probably one of my least favorite Zelda titles. Because there's a bit that they did, and you go into this temple, and you end up, like, I guess, not being able to use your items effectively. Like, there are these enemies that are invincible, and it's an interesting aspect. It was fun for a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. These invincible enemies, I actually have to think about how I get around them and stuff like that. And then if they hit you, you'd have to start the whole thing over. Well, on top of that, they throw a timer on you.
Ugh, it makes me think of Skyward Sword.
Well, even in yeah. And when you're sitting there with the timer kind of like blinking in your face, you're kind of stressing out, and play mistakes are a lot easier to make, and these dudes are gonna, like, have to make you start over all the time. Well, that little bit, cool. It's a little temple idea. It's nice. It happened after every single thing. You had to go through the exact same dungeon and do the exact same things over and over and over again. And each time you would go like a level deeper. So you would have to solve all the puzzles that you did at the beginning. And then you'd go a level deeper. And sometimes they would get easier with like the new items that you got. But not all the time. And then when you go to the level deeper, you have to figure out new puzzles. Well, by the time you got to the end of the game, you were so sick of the first puzzles that you learned at the beginning of the game. I was like, please stop. I can't handle this right now. It was so grueling to have to go through the same thing over and over and over again. I was like, I can't handle it. And as you keep on going through the game, I enjoyed the story. I did. I really did. I didn't enjoy the random bit of like going through that temple. That temple is the worst. Also, you end up meeting one of my favorite characters, who I am completely blanking on his name.
Well,
but
there's no way to know.
Yeah, he is kind of like this. He's essentially kind of your companion in this game, but you also have another companion who's a fairy. But the person who you run with is the person who owns the boat that you travel on.
Is it Shush?
Let me see.
Shush?
No, I don't think so. I think it's like, for some reason I want to say Pippin, but I know that's wrong.
Pippin's the guy who you like hang out with his mom in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, Pippin. It's something like freelance or like, I don't know. Well, anyway, there's that character is really kind of endearing because he's like, I hate you. We should hang out.
Was it that guy?
Yeah, it's that guy. And it's really funny because I really don't know why I like that character so much, but I did. Another thing that bothered me about Phantom Hourglass? Lineback. That's what it is. Lineback's super cool. I like Lineback.
Oshus is the old dude.
Yeah. Lineback's super cool. I liked his character a lot. Another thing that bothered me was the travel system. So essentially, you get on Lineback's boat, and you use the 2D or the DS screen, the touch screen, to draw your path to your next area. But the thing is, like, you would have to draw such janky paths, and most of the time you'd run into the worst things possible on the path that you drew. You're like, cool, I'm going to draw a straight line to where I need to go. It's like, nope. And you're like, okay. And then sometimes like random puzzles would happen, so you'd have to like draw a maze. I was younger then, so when I was playing it, I was like, I'm just going to make loop-de-loops and go freaking crazy, because I was like, oh, this is fine. And then you can also customize your boat. You get different parts for your boats and stuff like that. But it wasn't customizable enough for me, so I just kind of got bored. I was like, I'm just going to stay with the standard one and just like forget about it, because it didn't make that much of a difference for the game. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do the normal one. Like, I'm not really invested in customizing my boat, so I guess there's that.
So before this turns into a Phantom Hourglass episode, we can get onto our biggest news wedge.
Right, yeah.
Could. And that news wedge is Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon
it is.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
And we're both like wicked pumped about that.
Uh-huh.
So we got 2 trailers.
Yep.
Well, we got 3 trailers. One was Japanese though.
Yeah.
So we got 2 trailers for Sun and Moon. They have release dates. November 18th. And we're both pretty pumped about that.
Yeah. Pretty pumped.
Not long. We got our starter Pokemon. We got gameplay footage. And we got our legendaries. What's your just overall thought?
What?
What's your overall...
I'm really excited.
Yeah?
I think that all the starters look really good. I think that the mascots look really good. And I also think that I really like the first little bits of animation that we've seen.
Yeah.
I like, of course, they're not backtracking or anything. They're staying in the 3D world. You've got the 3D characters and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, that JPEG face thing that I was talking about Alpha Sapphire? There were a few clips in there where they fixed that, I think.
Yeah, they definitely did. It's a lot more fluid.
Yeah, that makes me really happy. That was something I was just kind of like bothered by. And then I was like, they fixed it. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, everything looks gorgeous so far.
Mm-hmm.
So let's touch on some of the details. There's been there's been tons of rumors floating around for ages, but about like the region where it's based off, because X and Y was France.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is just a remake. So it's normally Japan, then it was France, and now it is Hawaii. So it's the Alola region.
Yeah.
Which is just aloha with an L.
Yeah, but it's also awesome because, like, I think that a lot of Pokemon games had a very similar aesthetic. Even in the stuff where it was, like, before all of the super good animation and stuff, you had this really weird, like, at least I did, this mental picture of kind of what X and Y turned out to be, which was really satisfying, but I do kind of want to see something different.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what I'm trying to say is, like, Red and Blue, you have these grasslands in this city, and, you're running from path to path all the way across, and you get to the city, and it's like, boom, city. Cool.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd run to a beach, and the beach would be there. It'd be like, cool. This is a beach. Or, like, a rainforest. You'd be like, all right, cool. Then, Silver and Gold kind of upped that, and they made it smoother, but it was still kind of the same feel. And for some reason, I thought of the same biome kind of thing. Like, everything kind of looked the same to me. It was just, arranged differently. And when it got to Ruby and Sapphire...
Well, that's when you got all the water.
Yeah, that's when all the water stuff came out. That's when you have, different varying grasses and all that stuff. The super tall grass that, you get lost in. And and then in 4th gen, they kind of step...
Well, they got Snow Peak.
Oh, yeah. You added the snowy stuff, and that...
I like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Now that I think about it, yes, I did.
I don't know if Snow Peak is. I don't know if it's 4th or 5th gen.
Well, and then in 5th gen, they did a major simplification of the
Snow Point. Excuse me.
You made an extremely simplified map system
In
5th.
really?
Yeah. So black and white,
Oh, yeah.
it was just the loop.
Yeah.
And that actually was not for me at all. I was not about it. I really like, and then like black and white 2, you get to that same loop, but you start in a different place, which was kind of cool. I like that, but I wasn't necessarily all on board for it. Pokemon for me is like, even from the Kanto region on, you have these really complex maps and, pathways that intersect with cities that you've already been to, and you're like running around. You're like, oh man, I already been here. Like, crap, I haven't looked at my map in like 4 hours.
The best one for me in that situation was Gen 2.
Yeah.
Because you had this pretty much a circular path. Then it was like, great, I know exactly where I'm supposed to go. And it's like, there's a Sudowoodo in the way.
Yeah.
So you had to go to a different city. Then you come back, and then Whitney was ready to battle you. And there's a lot of challenge that went into finding your way around that map.
Right, yeah. And I think, they did have, like, random obstacle McGee in 5th gen, but you're like, this can... Like,
it felt forced.
Yeah, and also it's a circle. Like,
it was literally a circle.
It was literally a circle.
It was literally a hexagon, but...
Yeah. And I was like, okay, what? Okay.
Yeah, it was underwhelming, for sure.
Yeah.
Kalos did a pretty good job, though, because they made it a lot more open.
Yeah, yeah.
And it probably is just the 3D aspect that makes us think that. It's just, so much more free, and you can move diagonally.
Right. And then, of course, when we look into Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, the Latios flight, Latios flight.
Omega Latios.
Yeah.
Latios.
I thought that was one of the greatest things that Pokemon...
It's pretty cool.
Like, being able to fly over the regions, see everything that's going on down on the areas, and then, like, you'd be flying around, you could, like, do, like, weird tricks and stuff. I was so fascinated by that. I just sat there and I did that over and over and over again.
Dude, I got over that in, like... 10 minutes. I was like, I hate this.
No,
now.
I was like, I'm doing this for hours.
Really?
Yeah, and then you're just flying around and you see a flock of birds, and if you run into them, it's a Pokemon encounter. I thought that was so great.
That's pretty clever.
I was so on board.
It felt a little Star Foxy to me.
I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. And then I would always, like, wherever I was going, I would always go to the top of the mountain. Mount Pyre, and because it would elevate you over everything, and then, like, if you just flew over there, you could, like, be on this elevated anyway, I'm a nerd.
Such a dork.
I was the dork. I was just like, whoa, I'm higher than everybody. I was just having a grand old time. I loved it.
This is one of my main concerns of this game.
What?
Gen 7 is that there's going to be too much water. It's
you
going to be
think so?
7.6 out of 10, too much water.
Too much water? Thanks. What?
Was it IGN?
GameSpot? Or
I think it was IGN rated
Alpha Sapphire
as too much water.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Which is true.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Gosh, and I hate water in Pokemon games.
Water in Pokemon games kind of a double-edged sword for me. I love the fact that it's a barrier that you can't cross until you have Surf.
But then you have to cross it.
Right.
It's awful.
I don't like the whole, like, everything is a random encounter area. That always bothered me because, like, caves so Alistair and I are playing through Yellow version again, and I just got through one of the first cave systems, and you're just running in Pokemon like every 4 steps.
Well, that's Gen 1 as well.
So. Yeah, but even in like Alpha Sapphire, you run into Pokemon a lot. Well, it's like, no, I just kind of want to surf to this next area.
Yeah, and I hate water in Pokemon games because of that.
But that being said, I really do enjoy the, like, I don't know, I guess the aesthetic of being able to surf on your Pokemon across the water. That makes me really happy. I just really wish that it wasn't a random encounter zone everywhere.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll change it to where you get to surf on your actual Pokemon, doesn't turn into like a Wailmer.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. But anyway, so
different surf sprites.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would be all aboard that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
a lot of
it would be a ton of like random like jank animations.
Well, yeah, like 820.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's a thing. Not too much water, but it's Hawaii based, so that makes me think there might be a lot of water.
But if there's a volcano there,
that's true.
I'm gonna be pumped.
When in the video, when you arrive at Hawaii, so it's a Japanese character that goes to Hawaii. Essentially, is the analogy here, and you don't really fit in.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. That was the Japanese trailer. It was a Japanese child, like, and he moves to Hawaii with his family, and they have like this common language of playing Pokemon together.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, it was nice. It was really adorable. Anyway, so you're greeted by Kukui, who he calls you cousin, but I don't know if that's just like bro like, or
hey cuz. What up, cuz? No, yeah. I'm gonna call it right now and say that you're cousins. That's why you're there.
Yeah, you're actually his cousin.
You're actually like your mom and his mom like hung out as babies because they were brother and sister.
They were brother and sister. Perfect.
Well, we're not judging, but
so anyway,
yikes.
It looks like he's the professor's assistant, and the professor's name is Hala.
Hala.
So you've got Litten and Hala.
Litten and Hala.
This is the most hype. Hala. This is the most hype Pokemon generation, apparently. So he's named after a Hawaiian tree of the same name, which is why it's so obvious that it's Hawaii.
Hala.
Hala. So something that you should be excited about is
Hala.
They've got new skin tones for players.
Hey.
Because you're brown.
I get to be a brown man again.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I think that it would be really, really silly for them. I know that it's not necessarily like hardcore confirmed yet, but I think it would be absolutely silly for them to not do customizable character clothing.
I have looked at every trailer about 100 times, and I think they're intentionally not showing it, but it's in there.
Yeah.
So there's, I know you've seen the original sprite of the guy. He's wearing like a blue and white striped shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But in one of the images, he's wearing a black and blue striped shirt.
Whoa.
Which is like Illuminati confirmed.
Whoa.
It's like mega
You're like,
detailed.
Bill, please stop.
But I'm pretty sure, oh no, not Bill. I'm pretty sure that means that even if it's not as in-depth as, Luminos City.
Yeah.
That was the whole deal. It was like France and their fashion and everything. But I think it's in there.
Emil, calm down.
Aw. Rip. Get rid of all those shake weights, Emil.
Whoa. That was a really good performance, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard it was good.
It was really nice.
Hey,
anyway.
Congrats. And your face?
I guess.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
So one of the things that I think is really cool about the game that we've seen in the trailers is that a lot of the combat system is reminiscent of X and Y and Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby. When it goes into the battle scenes and stuff, you have a lot of the same animations and stuff, which means that it's not going to get bogged down in when we switched from the 2D to the 3D, it kind of threw me off because I felt like I was playing Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum. I was like,
oh, yeah, but you got used to it pretty quickly.
You get used to it pretty quickly. I'm kind of glad that they're keeping this around, though. The 2D animation, of course, had its time. I feel like the 3D battle scenes are really something that really stepped up. And when you're talking about, like, Pokemon Stadium, Coliseum, and Revolution, and all that stuff, that was the first time that we saw those 3D sprites in action.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. And now that they're bringing it to the core games, that's really cool for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because of where we are in, console gaming, and they just needed to step it up. But because 2D games just don't really cut it anymore for like big company.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, looks good.
Everybody who loves Shovel Knight right now is punching us in the mouth.
Dude, Shovel Knight is a wicked game.
I've never played it, so
it's pretty darn good. That's why I say for like major,
yeah, definitely.
Indie games.
Please continue making 2D games.
They have different things going for them, like story and other stuff that Call of Duty does not have going for it.
Right.
No offense to, actually, full offense to Call of Duty. I hate Call of Duty. Anyway, just now, now you know.
Now you know.
Add it to the list of things I hate.
Alistair said talk to bullies.
So, in terms of our starters, which Hala introduced to us, we've got Hala. We've got Rowlet. We've got Rowlet, the grass quill Pokemon. Litten, the fire cat Pokemon. And then we've got Poplio, the sea lion Pokemon.
The Poplio, the sea lion. Well, okay, I have to say it a little bit more enthusiastically because let's start with Poplio.
Oh, gosh. No, let's not.
No, let's do it.
No, let's not.
I love Poplio.
Hold on. I'll read out some stats before we get into
All
this.
right.
So, you got Rowlet.
Yep.
He's super cute.
Yeah.
He's grass flying. He's an owl.
Yeah.
He's got the overgrow ability. Pretty decent.
Overgrow is grass types are more effective.
I believe
in a pinch.
So. Let me just check that.
So while he's checking that, I'm going to talk to you about Poplio.
Hold on. Don't even talk to anyone about Poplio. Because Poplio is trash. Yeah, powers up grass type moves when you're...
in a pinch.
Sure.
That's
when your HP is less than 1/3.
Yeah, that's what they say, I think, in the little description.
Alright, so
pinch.
You got Rowlet. Here's its Pokedex entry. Rowlet can attack without making a sound. It flies silently through the skies.
Wow.
Drawing near to its opponent without being noticed.
He's a stealth bomber.
And then lashing out with powerful kicks.
Wow.
It can, kicks like Jordan's.
Yeah.
Like Hala and Litten.
Hala and Litten.
It can also attack from a distance using razor-sharp leaves that form part of its feathers.
Wow.
Its visual abilities are impressive. The darkness of night is no obstacle for Rowlet.
Whoa. Is that all the Pokedex entry for it?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
That's not something that I knew about.
What?
That is a huge entry. Like, usually it's like, Pikachu is the mouse Pokemon. He attacks birds sometimes.
This isn't your Grandpappy's Pokedex entry.
Yeah, this is like...
Oh, yeah, we're like halfway through.
A straight-up essay about...
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
It can twist its neck nearly 180 degrees from front to back so it can see directly behind itself. It has a habit of turning its head in battle to face its trainer to receive instructions. How adorable is that? The move Leafage attacks an opponent by striking it with leaves. Rowlet knows this move from the moment it becomes your partner. So you've got a new move for a new Pokemon.
What is it called?
Leafage.
Leafage.
Yeah. So like plumage, but leaf.
Okay.
I think Rowlet's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna start this conversation out with Poplio.
No, we're not.
All right, Rowlet. I agree. Is super awesome.
He's most definitely the fan favorite right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, I looked at Rowlet and I was like, man, I love this thing. This thing is great. And then Alistair was like, man, I love this thing. This thing is great. And I was like, well, looks like I'm going to my second one.
No, I was like, I will die for this thing.
I was like, okay. And so, because we do our best not to choose the same starters.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, and so
I don't think we ever have we?
I don't think we ever have. No. Yeah, I was always.
Well, hold on.
We did this before, and I was like, water, fire, water, fire.
Hold on, let's lightning round it real quick.
Okay.
Bulbasaur,
Squirtle,
Chikorita,
Cyndaquil,
Mudkip.
Mudkip.
Yours was Mudkip.
Yeah.
I think mine was Trico.
Yeah.
Um.
Mine was in 4th gen was the monkey.
Yours was
Chimchar.
Chimchar. I hate the Infernape line.
What?
Mine was Piplup. Pippin.
Yeah.
Then
5th gen I went with
mine was Snivy.
I guess I went with Oshawott. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a Samurott.
Mm-hmm. And then in Black and White 2 I went with Tepig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then for this last one,
for the last one I chose Froakie, but I didn't use him.
Oh yeah, I had Delphox and I didn't use him. I also tried Chestnut out. I just didn't like the starters really.
I chose Froakie and I was like, man, this Greninja is gonna be the best. And then I was like,
pretty good.
This Squirtle is the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think Rowlet's super cool.
Yeah. I will probably not choose Rowlet, but I definitely. Well, another thing is like I don't like having to keep a random flying type Pokemon on my team.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of one of the best things about him.
Yeah, so like you've got Fly. That was one of the great things about Alpha Sapphire is that you didn't have to teach anybody Fly because you could use the Eon Flute whenever you wanted. Anyway.
But he does get absolutely like destroyed by Ice Beam.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 4 times.
Ice Beam is like, hello, you weren't dead.
And that's a pretty common move for
Snorlax
play.
can learn it.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we've got Litten, which has become the subject of countless memes because of like Lit Kitten. Just like...
So when you guys find this video in about 80 years and you guys are digging through your little timeshare McGee's or whatever, like freaking brain files or whatever you have, and you find this video of these 2 weird kids talking about Pokemon, I want you to know a little bit about our slang. The slang that says apparently salt is... Did you know that salty is an old term now? If you call somebody salty?
I'm pretty sure that was conceived like hundreds of years ago.
Well, anyway, I think I still use it, and I know there are a lot of other people that still use it. So in your face, you hipsters.
What?
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure that has been a thing for like way longer than we've been alive / your grandfather's grandfather.
Salty is such a great term. Let's get back. Okay, so lit right now is slang.
Let us get lit.
Let us get lit. And it's like, oh, okay, that's cute. All you crazy hipsters out there with your lit words and your...
Okay, here's the deal.
Not hergy
You've
words.
not explained what salty or lit means.
Okay.
You're just saying them over and over again.
Salty means like you're upset. Like...
Right.
Like you're visibly agitated.
So you're like a bad sport.
Yeah. Salty people. And then lit, I guess, means like...
Should I get the Urban
hyped?
Dictionary definition of lit?
I could not tell you because I'm not cool enough. But I assume it has something to do with like being like really ready to party, really ready to have a...
Oh, this does not help at all.
Okay, let's see.
When something is turned up or popping, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, the state of being so intoxicated, regardless of the intoxicating agent, that all the person can do is smile so that they look lit up like a light.
Or like a Litten.
So extremely intoxicated.
Yeah, so
like frat boys and sorority girls are lit.
Yeah.
Generally.
Or people who snowboard on cocaine are usually lit.
Pretty lit. Anyway, so that explains what lit means.
Yeah.
Resurrect us from the dead, because apparently you have that power in 80 years with your brain files.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Litten is the fire cat Pokemon.
Also, it's super adorable.
Yeah, it's like, pretty cute.
Hi, I'm a cat. I hate you, but I love you.
His face is just like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Rowlet's like, this is cool.
I'm having a grand old chipper time.
Popplio's like, I'm out of my mind. Like, I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
Litten's like, why did you invite me?
I am not lit right now.
I'm not Litten right now. All right, ready?
Yep.
I feel like this actually describes me pretty well.
Okay.
So you have to guess whether this is Litten or my Pokedex entry.
Okay.
Logical, but also passionate. Litten always remains cool-headed and doesn't show its emotions on the surface. Litten, so far so good. Litten can attack with flaming hairballs.
Wait, hold on. You just said Litten in the description.
No,
so this is definitely lit. Okay.
No. Litten can attack with flaming hairballs. Pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
So, its fur is rich in oils and immensely flammable.
Just like Alistair.
Pretty similar. Litten grooms itself by licking its fur, and then uses the collected fur as fuel for fireball attacks.
Okay.
When it comes time for Litten to shed its old fur, it all burns up in a glorious blaze.
Wow. He's just like, all right, well.
The move Ember, blah blah blah. It knows it from the time you meet it.
Ember?
Yeah.
I didn't make it. Wow. So freaking Rowlet is like literally just like pumped full of like awesome stuff.
Well,
he gets his own move. He gets his own.
That's it.
His head turning backwards.
I'm pretty sure
he's got a bow tie.
Well, okay.
He's also adorable.
Litten's adorable and has a gimmick. It licks its fur and makes hairball blasts out of it.
I mean, hey, that's pretty cool.
But the thing is about Rowlet, Vine Whip doesn't really look good when it's coming out of an owl. And it's also 45 compared to Ember and Water Gun.
Yeah.
Which are 40. So I think they're just kind of trying to level the playing field and also make Rowlet not look like some freaky Cthulhu magic. Which is fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there. Yeah. That would be disgusting. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think about Litten?
I like it. I think that it's adorable, but probably my. I don't honestly know which starter I'm gonna get.
We don't know because we haven't seen the final evolutions.
That's true.
So I could hate Rowlet's adult form, which I probably won't, or I could love Popplio's full evolved form, which I probably won't because it's a clown. But I think Litten is awesome, and it's probably gonna have. Oh yeah, that makes me think of the. You've got the idea that the fire type starters are on the Zodiac.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you've got Dragon. You've got Badger.
Yeah.
You've got Chicken.
Yeah.
You've got Monkey.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is so hard.
You got this?
You've got Boar. You've got
Litten.
Wait, what's Generation 6?
A Fox.
Oh yeah, you've got Fox, and now you've got Tiger.
Oh,
so that's the only thing that's left, and they think that Litten is probably gonna end up being a tiger. It does have a lot of stripes and stuff.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So, what do you think about typings? Because we've got Rowlet is grass flying, and I'm assuming it's gonna stay that way the whole time.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I think Fire Dark might be for Litten.
Yeah, it looks like dark.
But I don't know if they're just going to keep it pure fire. They might.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
What do you think firefighting? What are the chances?
Absolutely not.
What do you think the chances
I don't think they will. I don't think they can.
What's your percentage chance?
I will give it a solid 12.7%.
That's pretty high. I showed you the picture of the Litten with fists where its whiskers used to be.
Yeah, he's having a grand old time.
It's so good. That's probably gonna make our
Our thumbnail?
Yeah, our thumbnail.
Okay.
It's pretty beautiful.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty great.
I'm going to name
it's
my
either
Litten...
that or Cthulhu
Right. Yeah. I'm going to name my my Litten my mixtape because it's so lit. And...
Boo.
Yeah, well.
Boo.
But go home. Yeah, so that was a thing. So that's gonna be a good Pokemon. So good to hear it.
All right. Here we go. All right. Alice, you shut your mouth. I'm going to talk about Popplio.
Last and most certainly least.
Hey.
We have Popplio.
Popplio is adorable. He's like a little puppy dog seal.
It's actually the worst.
He's so great.
It's a clown.
And that's okay.
No, it's not.
It's not like he is the Thing or Cousin It or whatever clown scares you.
I think it's called It. The movie's It and book is It, but he's Pennywise the clown.
Okay. But
the Cousin It.
the Cousin It. But the thing is, like...
The Thing?
I enjoy Popplio and his cuteness.
I feel like the only reason that you are liking Popplio is just despite.
That is possibly true. No, okay, I do enjoy that is so scary and I hate it.
I hate Popplio.
Okay. So we're gonna bar Alistair's opinion and hatred towards Popplio.
Oh.
And talk about how it is a little seal, bounces around on its own water balls. It makes balls out of water and then does little tricks off of them, like little seal tricks. And that's super cool. Like, you know, seals and otters were sweet, but seals are also sweet. They just sit there and go, arp, arp, arp. I like that. That's awesome.
Word.
So let's read us a little.
All right. I think that its final evolution is probably gonna make me like it.
Okay.
It's I don't know if you remember with Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie, they released the second ones right before the game, and then as the game was released, they released the final.
Yeah.
They showed us Chespin and then Quillian?
Yeah, Quillian.
That thing is the worst ever.
I was not about it.
Everyone hated it.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
What a great video. But then Chestnut ended up being pretty darn sweet.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I saw Braxian and I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. And then Delphox showed up and it was like,
yeah.
And then Greninja.
Greninja was like, hi, I am a total rock star. My tongue is my scarf. Get over it.
And my scarf is my tongue.
Get over it.
Yeah, by a long shot fan favorite.
Get over it.
Anyway, so we got Popplio, the sea lion Pokemon.
Get over it.
Its ability is Torrent.
Yeah.
Which I think it probably has a hidden ability. I think all of these are gonna have hidden abilities because the first thing it says is Popplio's swimming speed is known to exceed 25 miles an hour, and it's like, all right.
Wow, that is like a car.
Yeah, especially for a little baby.
Yeah. Way to go.
It's better at moving in the water than on land.
Wow.
Still, when it is on... wow! Still, when it's on land, it takes advantage of the elasticity of its balloons to perform acrobatic stunts and jumps.
Yeah, way to go.
Popplio can snort out balloons made out of water.
You can snort them? Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's balloons and like got a little frill on its neck and a big nose, and it's a clown, and I hate it. Okay. Watch it spin water balloons into a playful battle strategy.
Exactly.
All right.
Do it.
Both frivolous and hard-working, Popplio can easily get carried away, unleashing enough power in battle to make quite a spectacle.
He is going to break everyone.
Oh. But Popplio's determined spirit means it can usually be found practicing hard on its balloon skills. The water gun move, blah,
Look,
blah, blah.
Hold on. Wait. Popplio, you need to calm down and take a little bit of time for yourself. Hard work isn't necessarily always going to be the most fruitful endeavor. You need to really consider your own feelings.
You know something?
What?
You were Poplio.
What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Just that whole description.
Do you hate me?
Like, no. If you dressed like a clown, I would. But it's true. Both frivolous and hardworking, John can easily get carried away, unleashing enough power in activities to make quite a spectacle. But John's determined spirit means he can usually be found practicing hard on his
water balloon skills.
His balloon skills. But really, that makes me think of you. Anyway, I expect Poplio to have a better evolution.
I will choose Poplio.
He scares me so very much.
No matter what the final evolution will be, I will. You've heard it here, folks. I am choosing Poplio as my starter.
All right.
There it is.
Nailed it.
All right. Amen to that.
Amen.
Just locked myself into another water type Pokemon.
You know what? Since both of us want Rowlet, and you're taking Poplio, I'll take Litten.
Okay.
Shake on it.
All right, let's shake on it.
Done and done. And
done.
You'll be effective against me.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah. Anyway, my second playthrough, I will be using Rowlet.
Okay. And by your second playthrough, you mean after you get Litten and then restart the game?
No. I mean when I beat the game and have to restart waiting on you to finish.
Okay.
Oh. Actually, we're both in that situation right now.
Yeah.
Where you're waiting on me to finish Yellow or to catch up in Yellow, and I'm waiting for you to catch up in Sapphire.
Yeah.
So.
I went on a binge for Sapphire.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then I got all the way to Victory Road, and then I got distracted by all of the legendaries, and I was like, nah, this can wait.
Oh, in Alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. I should probably just beat the game. Just get it over with.
What do you think, Poplio? Because right now it's mono water.
Mm-hmm. I think that Poplio might be a water psychic.
That was my first bet.
Because we've seen the mimes and the clowns and the stuff go into psychic types.
A lot of them are fairy now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's.
I don't think it's gonna be water fairy.
My money would be on water psychic, just because it kind of seems like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. Like when we saw.
Well, hold on. So when in Gen 6 they had fire psychic, water,
dark,
and
grass fighting, and it was a double.
It was a double
type
effective.
circle.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I think
would
that's
love
super
that,
cool.
but I really doubt it because then you would have, I guess, electricity and fighting. ? Is fighting super effective against electricity?
I don't think so.
Well, there's no way to know.
What if Poplio turns out to be water steel, Rowlet turns out to be flying or grass flying, and Litten turns out to be
wait, what does
fire,
steel have to do with?
Because he's got the...
Yeah, but that wouldn't be like a type triangle, would it?
Huh?
That wouldn't be a super effective triangle.
It would if you believed in yourself.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. That would be kind of tough because of the flying.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, Rowlet changes to, grass psychic, which I could see in an owl.
Maybe, yeah. But, I don't know. I kind of like the grass flying aspect.
Yeah. And it's the only other starter besides Bulbasaur that is a dual type in its first stage.
Really? What was Bulbasaur? Poison?
Yeah, grass poison. So there you go.
All right, well, ladies and gents, that concludes...
Oh, wait, we're not even done. What about the mascots, dude?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, well, we'll go a little bit over.
Okay.
What are you going for, Sun or Moon?
I'm going for Moon because you're going for Sun.
That's true.
And
we get to switch off.
Yeah, so nice. We've been switching off for a while now, and you tuck me in just like a child now. Why does that song keep coming in my head?
Who is that, Sarah Bareilles?
I don't know.
You tuck me in just like a child now.
Anyway, there's no way to know. It's
Starts
bubbly
nose,
face,
then
yeah,
my toes.
And then something about toes. Anyway,
potatoes.
The moon Pokemon looks so strange.
It's
odd. It kind of looks like a dream catcher. that like
Yeah.
got thrown through a vacuum on accident?
It's Colby Calais.
Is that what it's called?
No, it's called... No, the song.
Oh. I was like,
It's-
what?
You're like, why would that be called after
I was like, is that like a Hawaiian word?
Colby Calais? No. Did you like my like my Italian impression of a Hawaiian?
So send to you outside where palm trees sway. All right, we're done with that.
And we're done.
Tell us a little bit about what you think about the big old lion.
So there's some rumored names for these guys.
Melikinikimaka.
That's the first one.
Yep.
What's the second one, Sean?
Daniel, Kyla, help me out.
That's the name of it.
Daniel and
Kyla, help me out.
There we go.
So the son, the lion, is Solgaleo,
Okay.
which is pretty cool.
That's a pretty sweet name.
The moon bat, dreamcatcher monster, is
Manatter.
Lunala.
Lunala is actually a really cool name.
It's a pretty cool name.
I
So
like that a lot.
let me know if I'm right, future me. Yes, it's impossible.
Also, can you tell me if I ever like get married?
You will.
Okay.
Because future me just told me I'm wrong about these names.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
there you
thanks,
go.
Gil. Way to go.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you think the types of Lunala are? We'll just call them these for now.
I think it's going to be steel psychic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I might be wrong on that. What if it's... I know it's going to be psychic something, because every moon Pokemon that we've had has been psychic something.
Well, how many moon Pokemon have we had?
Lunatone, the Cresselia.
I guess she is technically moon.
Yeah, and then
Ursaring?
Ursaring is dark.
It's normal.
Oh, it evolves into
Teddy Ursa.
or Teddy Ursa. Ursaring is dark though, right?
Normal.
Normal?
Unless I'm wrong, which I'm not, which I might be.
Hey, what number is Mew again? Savage.
Savagery.
Yeah,
Ursaring is normal type.
Okay.
Wow, am I really never going to get past that? Okay, here's the deal. Someone asked me what number Mew was, and I said 150.
No, you said like...
No, I said 150 because I was like, well, it came before Mewtwo, so then they cloned Mewtwo, and he's 151. And John was like, I don't think that's true. I'm like, no, it's definitely true. I'm like, I'm looking it up, and I was wrong. It's the other way around.
And then we cried.
No, then I cried, and you were like, yes, finally.
A small victory in the war.
In the war of numbering Pokemon. I tweeted someone today. They were like, just random. It's called like Pokemon facts, and some of them are just dumb.
Uh-huh.
No offense to the person if they're listening, but it was like, it was about Scyther, so I had to. They were like, Scyther is the only Pokemon that has the same weight in pounds as its number. And I was like, that's just not true.
That's not even...
I was like, its number is 123, and its weight is 123.5 pounds. So if you really want to get into it and round, then it's 124. So shut up. Anyway, so they were like...
So shut up.
They were really sad.
Yeah, they went home and like brewed themselves some hot tea
and burned their tongues. Well, oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I thought it was gonna be a dark type.
Yeah. I could see it being a dark type, and then them introducing a new light type, and all of the light types.
Not light type. I'm going to call it no new types.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to also call it 2 new evolutions.
I'm going to also call it character customization.
Well, it's a thing. I'm going to call it 3 new starters.
I'm going to call it 3D animation.
I'm going to call it Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think Lunala's probably... I don't want to say Dark Flying, because then you've got Yveltal.
Mm-hmm.
Just clone. But I'd say probably maybe a Dark Psychic, which is pretty hardcore.
I honestly wouldn't be upset if it was a fairy type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What if you've got Fairy Psychic and like Dark Dragon? What if you had like...
Do you think Aurelia Soul or...
Soul... Wait, is that Magic?
No, that's League of Legends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got Solgaleo.
Yeah. I think he is definitely a fire type.
Yeah, I think he is, but
I could see him maybe being a dragon type.
I feel like they might do something dumb like that because they like their dragon type legendaries.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so that's the thing. I think what would be kind of nice for those two is if you had, like a super effective against each other, 2 typings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But would it like maybe fire ice and then psychic dark or something like that?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or like grass fire and steel electric.
Perfect.
Minus the electric.
It's perfect.
And put in bug, steel bug.
What's a type that hasn't been done yet?
Bug.
Bug. You're right.
Yeah. There hasn't
awesome.
been a bug legendary type. Like mascot.
Has there not?
Nope.
Isn't Giratina bug?
No. I don't think so. Anyway, while we're doing that.
Oh, it's Ghost Dragon. I'm an idiot.
High fives to everyone.
Hold on.
What?
Genesect. Oh, but he's not a mascot.
Yeah, he's not a mascot.
Yeah, I'd be so down for a bug dragon.
Yeah.
That's something that that's all I want.
All right.
For this gen.
All right. Bug dragons.
Bug dragon is what I want. What do you want?
I want a ice steel type.
Ice steel type. Ooh.
Is there not one already?
Is there a thing? Is that a thing?
I don't know. Those are my 2 favorite
something?
things. You know where to find us, so we're not even gonna give an outro.
Do they know where to find us?
Okay, well, Facebook's pretty sweet.
Facebook's good. That. Just look up Bite Size Le Mans.
Yeah, do that.
Steel Ice type's not a thing.
Sweet. On Podomatic, we've got that up and running. Please subscribe.
The Bite Size Lemons.
Definitely check us out on iTunes.
Leave a review.
That would be
Helps
sweet.
Helps us out a lot.
And
Gmail.
Find
BSL.
us on the email.
Find us inside of an email. BSLpodcast@gmail.com. Same place at Twitter. Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
We'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, we will.
Let's high five.
Let's high five. Bye, guys.
See ya.